Discovering the secret of women who radiate elegance and magnetism after 45 can transform not only your physical appearance, but also your entire approach to life and self-worth. By watching this video until the end, you will discover how to incorporate these 12 powerful habits into your daily routine and achieve a more elegant, confident, and irresistibly attractive presence that only grows stronger with time. Remember, these habits will not only enhance your physical beauty, but also nourish your inner strength and make you feel more powerful and desired than ever before. If you're ready to unlock the secrets of timeless elegance, let's get started. 1. They never compromise on their personal style standards. Elegance is not about following every fashion trend or wearing the most expensive clothes. It's about developing a refined personal aesthetic that reflects your authentic self and maintaining those standards consistently. Women who remain beautiful and desired after 45 understand that true style comes from within and is expressed through thoughtful choices that honor who they are becoming, not who they used to be. They have learned that elegance is a language that speaks volumes before they ever say a word, and they use this language intentionally to communicate their self-respect and sophisticated approach to life. Personal style at this stage of life becomes about quality over quantity, choosing pieces that make you feel confident and comfortable while projecting the image of a woman who values herself. These women invest in well-made garments that fit properly and flatter their current body, not the body they had 20 years ago or wish they had. They understand that attempting to dress like someone half their age often backfires, making them appear desperate rather than desirable. Instead, they embrace their maturity and use fashion as a tool to enhance their natural beauty and express their personality. The most elegant women after 45 have developed what stylists call a signature look. This doesn't mean wearing the same outfit every day, but rather having a consistent aesthetic thread that runs through all their clothing choices. Perhaps they always incorporate a pop of color, or they have a preference for clean lines and minimal accessories, or they love statement jewelry paired with simple silhouettes. This consistency creates a sense of intentionality that others find compelling and memorable. They also understand the power of proper fit and tailoring. A well-tailored piece in a moderate price range will always look more expensive and elegant than an ill-fitting designer garment. These women build relationships with trusted tailors and aren't afraid to alter pieces to achieve the perfect fit. They know that the difference between looking good and looking extraordinary often lies in these details that others might overlook. Color choices become more strategic as well. While they don't limit themselves to a narrow palette, they understand which colors make their skin glow and their eyes sparkle. They've moved beyond wearing something simply because it's on trend and instead focus on what makes them look healthy, vibrant, and confident. This might mean incorporating more jewel tones if they enhance their complexion, or sticking with neutrals that create a sophisticated, timeless look. Most importantly, they dress for themselves first and others second. They've learned that when you feel good in what you're wearing, that confidence radiates outward and becomes incredibly attractive to others. They no longer dress to hide perceived flaws or to meet others' expectations, but rather to celebrate who they are and to feel powerful in their own skin. 2. They maintain impeccable grooming habits without exception. Grooming is the foundation upon which all other beauty efforts are built, and women who remain attractive after 45 understand that consistency in this area is non-negotiable. This goes far beyond basic hygiene to encompass a comprehensive approach to personal maintenance that reflects self-respect and attention to detail. They view their grooming routine not as a chore, but as an act of self-care and self-love that sets the tone for how they present themselves to the world. Their approach to grooming is systematic and thorough. They maintain regular appointments for hair cuts and color touch-ups, understanding that well-maintained hair is one of the most impactful aspects of their overall appearance. They don't wait until their roots are showing or their ends are split before scheduling their next appointment. Instead, they treat hair maintenance as an investment in their overall image and book appointments in advance to ensure consistency. Skincare becomes increasingly important and sophisticated after 45, and these women have developed routines that address their specific needs. They understand that their skin requires different care than it did in their 20s or 30s, and they've adjusted accordingly. This might mean incorporating more intensive treatments, using products with active ingredients like retinoids or peptides, or seeking professional treatments to maintain their skin's health and appearance. Nail care is another area where they never compromise. Whether they prefer natural nails or polish, their nails are always clean, well-shaped, and maintained. They understand that hands are often one of the first places where age shows, so they pay special attention to hand care, using moisturizers and treatments to keep their hands soft and youthful-looking. Body grooming receives the same level of attention. They maintain smooth legs, well-groomed underarms, and address any unwanted hair growth that might occur with age. They use quality razors, replace them regularly, and take the time to do the job properly rather than rushing through it. For those who prefer professional services, they maintain regular appointments and don't let things slide between visits. Oral hygiene goes beyond basic brushing and flossing. They understand that a beautiful smile is one of their most attractive assets, so they invest in regular dental cleanings, address any issues promptly, and may even pursue cosmetic dental work if it will enhance their confidence. They keep their teeth white, their breath fresh, and their smile bright. Their grooming routine also includes attention to details that others might overlook, but that contribute to an overall polished appearance. They keep their eyebrows well-shaped, their facial hair under control, and they address any skin issues promptly rather than letting them become problematic. They understand that grooming is about creating a foundation of cleanliness and care that allows their other beauty efforts to shine. 3. They never underestimate the power of posture and movement. The way a woman carries herself after 45 can add or subtract years from her appearance and dramatically impact how others perceive her. Elegant women understand that posture is not just about standing up straight, but about embodying confidence and grace in every movement. They move through the world with intention and poise, occupying their space with dignity and commanding respect through their physical presence alone. Good posture starts with awareness and becomes a habit through consistent practice. These women have trained themselves to stand tall with their shoulders back and down, their spine straight, and their chin parallel to the floor. They engage their core muscles to support their posture and avoid the slouching that can make anyone look older and less confident. When they sit, they do so with the same attention to alignment, keeping their back straight and their feet planted firmly on the ground. But posture goes beyond just standing and sitting correctly. It's about moving with grace and intention. When these women walk, they do so with purpose, taking confident strides and maintaining their upright posture. They don't shuffle or hurry anxiously, but move at a pace that suggests they are comfortable with themselves and where they are going. Their movements are fluid and controlled, suggesting someone who is in command of their body and their life. The way they use their hands and gestures also contributes to their elegant presence. Their hand movements are purposeful rather than fidgety, and they use gestures to enhance their communication rather than distract from it. They've learned to keep nervous habits like touching their hair or adjusting their clothes to a minimum, instead channeling their energy into controlled, graceful movements. Eye contact and facial expressions are also part of their physical presence. They maintain appropriate eye contact during conversations, which shows confidence and engagement. Their facial expressions are animated but controlled, reflecting genuine interest and emotion without being overly dramatic. They smile genuinely and often, understanding that a warm expression is incredibly attractive and welcoming. They also understand the importance of taking up space appropriately. They don't shrink into themselves or try to make themselves smaller, but they also don't sprawl or take up more space than necessary. They sit and stand with confidence, using their physical presence to communicate that they belong wherever they are and that they value themselves enough to occupy their space with dignity. This attention to posture and movement extends to how they handle objects and interact with their environment. They open doors with confidence, handle items with care and grace, and navigate spaces smoothly. These may seem like small details, but they contribute to an overall impression of someone who is refined, self-aware, and comfortable in their own skin. 4. They prioritize quality sleep as their ultimate beauty treatment. Sleep is the most powerful anti-aging tool available, yet many women sacrifice this crucial element of beauty and health in favor of busy schedules and endless responsibilities. Women who remain beautiful and desired after 45 understand that quality sleep is not a luxury, but a necessity, and they structure their lives to ensure they get the restorative rest their bodies and minds require. They view their bedroom as a sanctuary and their sleep routine as sacred time that directly impacts every aspect of their well-being and appearance. The foundation of quality sleep begins with creating an environment that promotes deep, uninterrupted rest. These women invest in their sleep space, ensuring their bedroom is cool, dark, and quiet. They understand that even small amounts of light can interfere with melatonin production, so they use blackout curtains or eye masks to create complete darkness. They also minimize noise disruptions with earplugs or white noise machines if necessary, creating a consistent auditory environment that promotes restful sleep. Their mattress and pillows are carefully chosen to provide proper support and comfort. They don't wait until their mattress is completely worn out before replacing it, understanding that proper spinal alignment during sleep is crucial for both comfort and health. They choose pillows that support their preferred sleeping position and replace them regularly to ensure continued support. Some invest in silk or satin pillowcases, which are gentler on both hair and skin during the night. The temperature of their sleep environment is carefully controlled. They understand that the body needs to cool down to initiate sleep, so they keep their bedroom on the cooler side, typically between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. They choose breathable bedding materials that help regulate body temperature throughout the night, ensuring they don't wake up overheated or too cold. Their evening routine is designed to signal to their body that it's time to wind down and prepare for sleep. They begin this routine at least an hour before their intended bedtime, engaging in calming activities that help transition their mind from the activity of the day to the restfulness of night. This might include reading a book, taking a warm bath, practicing gentle stretches, or writing in a journal. They are particularly mindful about their exposure to screens in the evening hours. Understanding that blue light can interfere with melatonin production, they either avoid screens entirely for the last hour before bed or use blue light filtering glasses or apps that adjust screen color temperature. Instead of scrolling through their phones or watching television, they engage in activities that promote relaxation and mental quiet. Their sleep schedule is consistent, even on weekends. They go to bed and wake up at approximately the same time every day, helping to regulate their body's internal clock. They understand that sleeping in on weekends or staying up much later than usual can disrupt their sleep patterns and make it harder to maintain good sleep habits during the week. They also pay attention to their pre-sleep nutrition and hydration. They avoid large meals, caffeine, and alcohol close to bedtime, understanding that these can interfere with sleep quality. If they're hungry before bed, they choose light snacks that won't disrupt their sleep. They stay hydrated throughout the day, but taper off their fluid intake in the evening to minimize nighttime awakenings. 5. They cultivate mindful eating habits that nourish from within. Nutrition after 45 becomes increasingly important as the body's metabolism changes and nutritional needs evolve. Women who maintain their beauty and desirability understand that what they put into their bodies directly impacts how they look and feel on the outside. They approach eating not as a source of guilt or restriction, but as an opportunity to nourish themselves and support their bodies' changing needs with intention and care. These women have moved beyond fad diets and quick fixes to develop a sustainable approach to nutrition that serves their long-term health and beauty goals. They understand that their relationship with food should be positive and nourishing rather than punitive or fear-based. They eat to fuel their bodies, support their energy levels, and maintain their health rather than to achieve an arbitrary number on a scale or fit into a particular clothing size. Their approach to nutrition is holistic, considering not just what they eat, but how they eat it. They practice mindful eating, taking time to savor their meals and pay attention to their body's hunger and fullness cues. They eat without distractions when possible, avoiding meals in front of the television or computer, and instead focusing on the experience of eating and the company they're sharing it with. They prioritize nutrient-dense foods that provide the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants their bodies need to function optimally and maintain a youthful appearance. Their plates are colorful, filled with a variety of fruits and vegetables that provide different nutrients and phytocompounds that support health and beauty from the inside out. They understand that the antioxidants in colorful produce help fight free radical damage that contributes to aging. Protein becomes increasingly important after 45 as the body begins to lose muscle mass naturally. These women ensure they're getting adequate protein from various sources, including lean meats, fish, eggs, legumes, and dairy products. They understand that protein is essential not just for maintaining muscle mass, but also for healthy skin, hair, and nails, as these tissues are primarily made of protein. They pay attention to their fat intake, but not in the way that diet culture might suggest. They understand that healthy fats are essential for hormone production, brain health, and skin health. They include sources of omega-3 fatty acids like fatty fish, walnuts, and flax seeds in their diet. Knowing these fats support skin health and may help reduce inflammation throughout the body. Hydration is a cornerstone of their nutrition approach. They drink water consistently throughout the day, understanding that proper hydration is essential for every bodily function, including maintaining healthy, plump skin. They often start their day with a glass of water and continue to drink regularly, paying attention to their body's thirst cues and increasing their intake during hot weather or when exercising. They also understand the importance of timing their meals appropriately. Rather than skipping meals or eating erratically, they maintain consistent meal timing that supports their energy levels and metabolism. They don't let themselves get overly hungry, which can lead to poor food choices and overeating, but they also don't eat constantly throughout the day. Their approach to indulgences is balanced and realistic. They don't completely deprive themselves of foods they enjoy, understanding that this often leads to feelings of restriction and eventual overindulgence. Instead, they incorporate treats mindfully and in moderation, savoring them when they do indulge rather than eating them mindlessly or with guilt. 6. They understand and embrace their changing body with grace. One of the most profound differences between women who remain attractive after 45 and those who seem to fade is their relationship with their changing body. Rather than fighting against the natural evolution that comes with age or trying to maintain the exact same body they had in their 20s, elegant women learn to work with their body's changes and find new ways to feel beautiful and confident in their skin. This doesn't mean they become complacent or stop taking care of themselves. Instead, it means they approach their body with respect and realistic expectations. They understand that their metabolism may slow down, their muscle mass may decrease, and their body composition may change, and they adjust their lifestyle and expectations accordingly rather than fighting these changes with extreme measures that are neither sustainable nor healthy. They focus on health and function rather than just appearance. While they certainly care about how they look, they prioritize feeling strong, energetic, and healthy over achieving a particular size or shape. They engage in physical activities that they enjoy and that make them feel good, rather than punishing themselves with exercise they hate in pursuit of an unrealistic body ideal. Their clothing choices reflect this acceptance and wisdom, rather than trying to squeeze into the same styles and sizes they wore decades earlier. They choose clothes that fit and flatter their current body. They may work with stylists or do their own research to understand what silhouettes and styles work best for their changing shape, and they invest in properly fitting undergarments that provide support and create smooth lines under their clothes. They also understand that confidence and attractiveness come from how they carry themselves rather than from achieving perfect proportions. A woman who stands tall, moves with grace, and project's confidence will always be more attractive than someone with a perfect body who seems uncomfortable in their own skin. This acceptance extends to other physical changes that come with age. They may embrace their gray hair or choose to color it. But either choice is made from a place of self-love rather than desperation to appear younger. They understand that laugh lines and expression lines tell the story of a life well lived, and while they may take steps to minimize or prevent some signs of aging, they don't view every line or change as a failure. They also become more attuned to their body's needs and signals. They listen when their body tells them it needs rest, and they honor their hunger and fullness cues. They pay attention to how different foods, activities, and lifestyle choices make them feel, and they make adjustments based on this internal feedback rather than external rules or expectations. This grace and acceptance actually becomes incredibly attractive to others. When a woman is comfortable in her own skin and projects confidence about who she is at every stage of life, others are naturally drawn to that energy. This self-acceptance becomes a form of magnetism that transcends physical appearance and creates lasting attractiveness. 7. They maintain vibrant social connections and relationships. One of the most significant factors that keep women beautiful and desired after 45 is their ability to maintain and cultivate meaningful relationships. Isolation and loneliness can age a person rapidly, both physically and emotionally, while strong social connections provide emotional support, mental stimulation, and a sense of purpose that keeps women vibrant and engaged with life. These women understand that relationships require investment and attention, and they prioritize maintaining the connections that matter most to them. They make time for friends, even when their schedules are busy, understanding that these relationships are not optional extras, but essential components of a fulfilling life. They reach out regularly, plan activities together, and are present and engaged when spending time with others. They also understand the importance of being a good friend themselves. They listen actively, offer support during difficult times, celebrate others' successes genuinely, and maintain confidences. They contribute to their friendships rather than just taking from them, understanding that healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, trust, and reciprocity. As they age, they may find that some friendships naturally evolve or fade, while others become deeper and more meaningful. They accept these changes as natural parts of life rather than fighting to maintain relationships that no longer serve them well. They also remain open to forming new friendships, understanding that it's never too late to connect with like-minded people who share their interests and values. They maintain romantic relationships with the same level of attention and care. Whether they're married, in a long-term partnership, or dating, they understand that romantic connections require ongoing effort and investment. They continue to show affection, express appreciation, and work on communication and intimacy. They don't take their partners for granted or assume that love alone is enough to sustain a relationship without effort. For those who are single, they approach dating and relationships with confidence and realistic expectations. They understand their worth and don't settle for relationships that don't meet their needs or treat them with the respect they deserve. They also don't desperately seek relationships to validate their worth, but rather approach dating as an opportunity to connect with someone who adds value to their already fulfilling life. They also maintain connections with family members when these relationships are healthy and positive. They understand the importance of intergenerational relationships and may play important roles as mentors to younger family members or friends. They share their wisdom and experience while also remaining open to learning from others, regardless of age. Professional relationships and community connections also contribute to their social network. They may maintain friendships with colleagues, participate in community organizations, volunteer for causes they care about, or join groups based on shared interests or hobbies. These connections provide opportunities for growth, learning, and contribution that keep them engaged with the world around them. 8. They never stop learning and growing intellectually. Curiosity and intellectual engagement are powerful anti-aging tools that keep women mentally sharp and interesting to be around. Women who remain attractive and desired after 45 understand that stagnation is the enemy of vitality, and they actively seek opportunities to learn new things, challenge their thinking, and expand their understanding of the world around them. This intellectual curiosity manifests in many different ways. Some women return to formal education, pursuing degrees or certificates in subjects that have always interested them. Others become voracious readers, exploring fiction and nonfiction across various genres and topics. Some take up new hobbies that challenge them mentally, such as learning a new language, mastering a musical instrument, or developing artistic skills. They stay informed about current events and cultural developments, not just to make conversation at social gatherings, but because they genuinely care about understanding the world they live in. They read newspapers and magazines, listen to podcasts, watch documentaries, and engage in discussions about topics that matter to them. This engagement keeps them relevant and interesting conversationalists. Travel often becomes an important part of their learning and growth. Whether they explore new destinations or revisit familiar places with fresh eyes, they approach travel as an opportunity for education and cultural exchange. They're curious about different ways of life, interested in history and art, and open to experiences that challenge their assumptions and broaden their perspectives. They also seek out opportunities to share their knowledge and experience with others. This might involve mentoring younger colleagues, teaching classes, writing blogs or articles, or simply being generous with their wisdom and insights in conversations with friends and family. This sharing reinforces their own learning while contributing to others' growth and development. Technology doesn't intimidate them. Rather than dismissing new technologies as too complicated or unnecessary, they approach them with curiosity and a willingness to learn. They understand that staying current with technology helps them maintain connections with others and access information and opportunities that enhance their lives. They also continue to challenge themselves professionally if they're still working or through volunteer work if they're retired. They take on new projects, develop new skills, and seek opportunities for leadership and growth. They understand that their decades of experience give them valuable perspectives to offer, but they also remain humble and open to learning from others. This commitment to lifelong learning keeps their minds active and engaged, which has both cognitive and social benefits. People are naturally drawn to those who are curious, knowledgeable, and enthusiastic about life. This intellectual vitality becomes a form of attractiveness that doesn't fade with age, but actually can become more pronounced as wisdom and experience accumulate. 9. They maintain physical fitness in ways that bring them joy. Exercise and physical activity become increasingly important after 45, not just for maintaining a healthy weight or attractive physique, but for preserving bone density, muscle mass, cardiovascular health, and mental well-being. However, the most successful women understand that sustainable fitness isn't about punishing workouts or forcing themselves into activities they hate, but about finding forms of movement that bring them genuine pleasure and satisfaction. These women have learned to listen to their bodies and understand what types of activity make them feel strong, energetic, and happy. For some, this might mean dancing, which provides cardiovascular benefits while being fun and expressive. For others, it might be yoga, which offers flexibility, strength, and stress relief in one practice. Some prefer walking in nature, swimming, cycling, or participating in team sports or group fitness classes. The key is consistency rather than intensity. They understand that moderate exercise performed regularly is far more beneficial than sporadic intense workouts followed by long periods of inactivity. They build movement into their daily routines in ways that feel natural and sustainable, whether that's taking the stairs instead of elevators, parking further away from destinations, or incorporating short walks into their lunch breaks. Strength training becomes particularly important as women age and naturally begin to lose muscle mass. These women understand that maintaining muscle is crucial not just for appearance, but for functional independence and bone health. They may work with personal trainers to learn proper form, take strength training classes, or develop home routines that they can maintain consistently. They focus on functional movements that support their daily activities rather than just aesthetic goals. Flexibility and mobility work also become priorities. They understand that maintaining range of motion and preventing stiffness is crucial for continued independence and comfort. This might involve regular stretching routines, yoga classes, or other activities that promote flexibility and joint health. They pay attention to their body's signals and address areas of tightness or discomfort before they become problematic. They also understand the mental health benefits of regular exercise. Physical activity releases endorphins that improve mood, reduces stress hormones that can accelerate aging, and provides a sense of accomplishment and self-efficacy that boosts confidence. They use exercise as a form of stress management and emotional regulation rather than just a tool for physical improvement. Their approach to fitness is holistic, considering not just structured exercise, but overall daily movement and activity levels. They look for opportunities to be active throughout the day and understand that gardening, housework, playing with grandchildren, or walking the dog all contribute to their overall fitness and well-being. They also understand the importance of rest and recovery. They don't feel guilty about taking rest days when their body needs them, and they understand that sleep, proper nutrition, and stress management are all important components of their overall fitness program. They listen to their body and adjust their activities based on how they feel rather than rigidly adhering to schedules that don't serve their current needs. 10. They practice excellent stress management techniques. Stress is one of the most significant factors that can accelerate aging and diminish attractiveness, both through its direct effects on the body and its impact on behaviors and decision-making. Women who remain beautiful and desired after 45 have developed sophisticated strategies for managing stress that protect both their physical and mental well-being while maintaining their ability to handle life's inevitable challenges with grace. These women understand that stress is a normal part of life, but chronic stress can have devastating effects on their health and appearance. High levels of cortisol, the primary stress hormone, can break down collagen, suppress immune function, disrupt sleep, and contribute to weight gain, particularly around the midsection. They also understand that stress affects their behavior, potentially leading to poor eating habits, neglect of self-care routines, and strained relationships. One of their primary stress management tools is developing excellent boundaries. They understand their limits and communicate them clearly to others, whether in professional settings, family relationships, or social commitments. They've learned to say no to requests and obligations that would overextend them, understanding that protecting their time and energy isn't selfish, but necessary for their well-being and their ability to show up fully for the commitments they do make. They prioritize activities and practices that help them process and release stress rather than allowing it to accumulate in their bodies and minds. This might include regular meditation or mindfulness practices, which have been scientifically proven to reduce cortisol levels and improve both physical and mental health. Even just 10 or 15 minutes of daily meditation can have significant benefits for stress management and overall well-being. Physical activity serves as both a stress prevention and stress relief tool in their lives. They understand that regular exercise helps their bodies process stress hormones more efficiently and provides a healthy outlet for tension and frustration. Whether it's a vigorous workout when they're feeling particularly stressed or a gentle walk when they need to clear their head, they use movement as a way to manage their emotional and physical responses to stress. They've also developed healthy coping strategies for dealing with difficult emotions and challenging situations. Rather than suppressing their feelings or turning to unhealthy coping mechanisms like excessive alcohol consumption or emotional eating, they process their emotions in constructive ways. This might involve talking to trusted friends or family members, working with a therapist or counselor, writing in a journal, or engaging in creative activities that help them express and process their feelings. Time management and organization also play important roles in their stress management strategy. They understand that feeling overwhelmed often stems from poor planning or unrealistic expectations, so they develop systems for managing their time and responsibilities effectively. They use calendars and planning tools, break large projects into manageable steps, and build buffer time into their schedules to account for unexpected delays or complications. They also understand the importance of regular relaxation and restoration. They build downtime into their schedules and protect it as fiercely as they would any other important appointment. This might involve reading, taking baths, listening to music, spending time in nature, or engaging in hobbies that bring them joy and help them recharge. Sleep becomes a crucial component of their stress management strategy. They understand that adequate rest is essential for emotional regulation and stress resilience. So they prioritize good sleep habits and create bedtime routines that help them unwind and prepare for restorative sleep. 11. They maintain impeccable personal hygiene and grooming standards. Personal hygiene and grooming become even more critical after 45, not because women at this age are naturally less clean or well-groomed, but because attention to these details becomes a powerful way to project confidence, self-respect, and attractiveness. Women who remain beautiful and desired understand that impeccable personal care is a foundation upon which all other beauty and style efforts are built. Their daily hygiene routine is comprehensive and consistent. They understand that good personal hygiene isn't just about being clean, but about feeling fresh, confident, and ready to face the world. This includes regular bathing or showering with quality products that cleanse effectively while being gentle on mature skin, which may be more sensitive than it was in younger years. Oral hygiene receives particular attention because they understand that a beautiful smile is one of their most attractive assets. They brush and floss regularly, use mouthwash to ensure fresh breath, and maintain regular dental appointments for cleanings and checkups. They may invest in professional whitening treatments or cosmetic dental work if it enhances their confidence and smile. Their hair care routine is both consistent and appropriate for their hair's current condition and needs. They understand that hair may change texture, thickness, or growth patterns with age, and they adapt their care routine accordingly. This might mean using different products, adjusting washing frequency, or seeking professional treatments to address specific concerns like thinning or dryness. Hand and nail care become increasingly important as hands are often one of the first places where age shows. They keep their nails clean, properly shaped, and well-maintained, whether they prefer natural nails or polish. They moisturize their hands regularly and may use treatments to address age spots or other signs of aging on their hands. Body hair grooming is maintained according to their personal preferences and comfort level. Whether they prefer to be completely hair-free in certain areas or maintain a more natural look, they keep body hair neat and well-groomed. They understand that personal preferences around body hair may change with age, and they make choices that help them feel comfortable and confident. Their approach to fragrance is sophisticated and appropriate. They understand that scent can be a powerful tool for attractiveness and memory, so they choose fragrances that complement their personality and lifestyle. They apply fragrance appropriately, understanding that less is often more, and they may have different scents for different occasions or seasons. They also pay attention to less obvious aspects of personal hygiene that contribute to their overall presence. This includes keeping their clothes clean and fresh, maintaining clean and organized living spaces, and ensuring that their car, purse, and other personal items are clean and well-maintained. They understand that these details all contribute to the impression they make on others. Their grooming standards extend to their undergarments and clothing care. They wear properly fitting, clean undergarments that provide appropriate support and create smooth lines under their clothing. They take care of their clothes properly, following care instructions, addressing stains promptly, and storing items correctly to maintain their appearance and longevity. Most importantly, they maintain these standards consistently rather than only when they're expecting to see certain people or attend special events. They understand that taking care of themselves in these ways is a form of self-respect that affects how they feel about themselves and how others perceive them in every interaction. 12. They embrace their sensuality and feminine energy without apology. Perhaps the most transformative habit that keeps women beautiful and desired after 45 is their relationship with their own sensuality and feminine energy. Rather than believing that sexual attractiveness and feminine power diminish with age, these women understand that maturity can actually enhance these qualities in profound and authentic ways. They embrace their sensuality not as something they need to prove or perform, but as an integral part of who they are as women. This embrace of sensuality begins with self-acceptance and body confidence. These women have learned to appreciate their bodies for what they can do rather than focusing solely on what they look like. They understand that sensuality isn't about having a perfect body according to societal standards, but about being comfortable and confident in the body they have. This comfort with their physical selves translates into a natural sensuality that others find incredibly attractive. They understand that sensuality is about much more than sexuality, though that may certainly be a component. Sensuality involves engaging with the world through their senses, appreciating beauty, enjoying physical pleasures like good food, comfortable fabrics, beautiful music, or pleasant scents. They allow themselves to experience pleasure without guilt and understand that this capacity for enjoyment makes them more attractive and interesting to be around. Their relationship with their sexuality, whether they're in a relationship or not, remains healthy and positive. They don't believe that women should become less sexual or less interested in romance as they age. They maintain their capacity for intimacy and connection, whether that's with a long-term partner or in new relationships. They communicate their needs and desires clearly and don't accept relationships or situations that don't honor their worth and dignity. They dress in ways that make them feel attractive and confident, which may include clothing that shows their appreciation for their own body. This doesn't mean dressing inappropriately or trying to compete with much younger women, but rather choosing clothes that make them feel beautiful and feminine. They might wear fabrics that feel good against their skin, colors that enhance their complexion, or styles that highlight their favorite features. Their communication style often reflects this comfortable relationship with their feminine energy. They may speak more directly about their needs and desires than they did when they were younger, having learned that authenticity is more attractive than playing games or being indirect. They're comfortable with their own opinions and aren't afraid to express them, even when they differ from others. They also understand the power of subtle femininity in their interactions with others. This might involve maintaining eye contact during conversations, using touch appropriately in social situations, or expressing warmth and interest in others. These behaviors aren't calculated or performed, but flow naturally from their comfort with their own feminine energy. Most importantly, they've learned to derive their sense of attractiveness and worth from within rather than from external validation. While they certainly appreciate compliments and positive attention from others, their confidence and sensuality don't depend on these external factors. This independence actually makes them more attractive because it signals that they're complete individuals who would enhance a partner's life rather than depending on a partner to make them feel whole. In conclusion, the 12 elegant habits practiced by women who remain beautiful and desired after 45 represent a comprehensive approach to aging with grace, confidence, and authentic attractiveness. These habits encompass every aspect of their lives, from how they care for their bodies and present themselves to the world, to how they nourish their minds and spirits, to how they relate to others and embrace their own feminine power. Each habit builds upon the others to create a lifestyle that supports not just physical beauty, but the kind of deep, lasting attractiveness that comes from being a woman who respects herself, continues to grow and evolve, and brings positive energy to every interaction. By integrating these habits into your daily life, you're not just working to maintain your appearance, but investing in becoming the most authentic, confident, and irresistible version of yourself. Remember, true elegance and attractiveness after 45 isn't about trying to turn back the clock or compete with younger women, but about embracing who you are becoming and allowing your maturity, wisdom, and life experience to enhance your natural beauty and magnetic presence. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care of yourself and see you in the next video. Remember, women have the power to redefine beauty at every age.